Hey folks, it's Dr. Brenda Money Coach and the founder of the Gutsy Women Club, where women dare to dream and take bold actions to follow their heart's journey. So before I forget, please subscribe below. I could really use your support. Follow me and my 3 cats along on our fabulous journey. I'm a full-time RVer. I'm currently in Texas. Take a look at this. So I've got teepees. This is a campground that has teepees. So I'm gonna let you look a little bit. There are 3 of them in this little area here, and pretty neat, very, very neat. There's a little restroom on the corner here, so if you're up here and you're of a certain age and it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you need to get up and use the restroom, it's right in the corner there. So anyway, I want to talk to you today about being bored. I saw a post a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago. It was a woman who had gone out RVing, and she didn't last very long. She decided to come back to her house because she got bored, okay? And so, one of the things about not being bored is you've got to have some hobbies. There's got to be some other stuff to do. Now, for me, I'm also an entrepreneur, so I've got my businesses. So today, I spent, 7 hours or so on the computer trying to, work on websites, learn more about marketing, get my Gutsy Women Club up to date and moving forward. So there's always a lot for me to do. So I actually haven't had a chance to get into some of the hobbies or some of the things that I thought I would be able to do. I'm going to try to get into the shade a little bit here so that... it's the latter part of October. That's better. The latter part of October here in Hill Country, Texas, and it's about 90 degrees today. So hasn't, the whole week looks like that. So it hasn't quite cooled off to the weather that I had anticipated. So back to hobbies. I asked the question, I belong to several RV women's groups. And I said, okay, what are your hobbies? So I got a list of some of the things that folks do. So I'm just going to read them off to you. Vinyl on t-shirts, creating wood signs, scrapbooking, painting, watercolor stamping, sewing, weaving, quilting, watercolor sketching. And I'm going to add 2 to those. So I have, I brought along my wood carving kit. I used to have a lathe, and I didn't use it much, but certainly I can't turn wood in the RV. But I did take a course, and I'm at the beginner level of wood carving. And so I brought the tools with me. They don't take very much space, but I can't really do it in the RV because you've got wood dust. So that's not safe to breathe, and you don't want that all over the RV. So it's the kind of thing that you typically have a picnic table, so you could probably do at a picnic table if the weather's decent. And then another thing that I have played around with, and I still need to get back to it, but I've been creating printables. So printable calendar pages, and I've got some other things going on too. So I created an Etsy store, and that works out really good for me because all I need to do is create whatever it is I'm creating, and then I upload it to the Etsy store, and then I can charge people to download it. So that's something that's kind of in the hopper. I put a couple things up there, haven't followed through, and haven't really built that store, but it is a possibility, and it's a really good one for RVers who have their computer and who have the internet access, because I don't have to store anything. Perfect for me. So the hobbies I really like to think of in terms of what can you do inside. So I do some watercolor sketching. I haven't done a whole lot lately, but watercolor sketching, a lot of things that you can do inside, and then also some of the things that you can do outside, like the wood carving, for sure. And think about like photography. I mean, photography has so many bonuses. You get great photos, you're outside, you're much more active. So photography, if you're into that, is another fantastic option. And think about some of the things that you like to do even while you're in the house, or some of the things that you don't get a chance to do. So for instance, I did not really get a chance to focus on my fitness level. And now I carve out time to go hiking. I carve out time to do some Tai Chi, do some meditation, and then I'm also doing the Couch to 5K running program, so I'm trying to get back into running shape. And those are all things that I could have done at home, but it was very difficult. I needed a different environment. The other thing is cooking. So I've seen, women who love to cook, and an entire wall is filled with different spices, and they buy the RV that is, best suited for them. My RV, I don't have a lot of cooking space, or I certainly don't have a lot of food prep space. So it wouldn't be a real good choice for me, and it's just not my thing. So there are all kinds of things that you can do out there. I would recommend learning to see what it is you might enjoy, and what is going to be easy for you to transport, take on the road. And also, if you're like me, you're not independently wealthy, and it wouldn't hurt, and sometimes it's necessary to make some income on the road too. So one of the things I'm working on now, I'm really excited about, is the RV Superwomen Journal. So I've got the content all created. I'm working with a graphic artist and an artist to do the cover and some of the inside images, and then we will hopefully go print on demand and make it available. So that's the type of thing that I enjoy doing. I can easily do it from inside, outside, from my RV, from any place, as long as the inspiration strikes. And then it's very easy to recruit folks to take care of the things that I'm not an expert at and get it up for sale. And hopefully that would provide a little bit of income. I'm working on a Gutsy Women bullet journal and a Gutsy Women guided journal. So, stay tuned. And subscribe here, because when I get all that stuff out there, you can bet I'm going to show it to you, because I'm pretty proud of the way it's turning out. And so if you are bored, there's just no reason to be bored. I mean, I don't watch much TV. Grab some good books, get into reading. It is a little bit more difficult, I think, now, because it's COVID season, and you can't do the social things that you once did. So it's becoming more difficult to meet people. I actually just met a group of women, said hello, and got the sense that they were pretty conservative older women. May not be able to spend much time jabbering with them, because we just may not have much in common. So anyway, it's so the social aspect is greatly diminished. So you really, if that was a big part, or you expected that to be a big part of your RV life, it's a lot different now. It's a lot different. You've got to protect yourself. You can say hi, you can maintain distance, you can still do some stuff, especially outside, but you got to be careful. You got to be on your toes. So this is where it really pays to have some hobbies. And speaking of hobbies, maybe you can start a YouTube channel and start videoing your journey. It's not that hard to do. So anyway, that's it for today. Again, don't forget to subscribe and check out the Gutsy Women Club. That's gutsywomen.club, where women dare to dream and take bold actions to follow their heart's journey. You take care.